automated programs, we've started our work.
政府法案
Government Bill, first reading. Inland Revenue Amendment Number 2, Bill 2018. Second reading. Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development. Madam President, I move the second reading of the Inland Revenue Amendment Number 2, Bill 2018. The bill aims at expanding the scope of profit tax deduction for capital expenditure incurred for the purchase of intellectual property rights, or IPRs. At present, when an enterprise incurred capital expenditure in buying patent rights, rights to know-how, copyright, registered designs, and registered trademarks, the expenditure are deductible under specific provision of the Inland Revenue Ordinance. To promote Hong Kong as a regional trading center in IPRs, the government set up a working group in 2013 involving stakeholders, government representatives, and experts from different sectors to look into the matter. The report of the working group was published in March 2015. One of the recommendations made by the working group is to expand the scope for the tax deduction of capital expenditure incurred for the purchase of IPRs. Therefore, in the 2016-2017 budget, the government announced that the scope will be expanded from 5 types of IPR to 8 types. The 3 new types of IPRs include layout, design, topography of integrated circuits, prime varieties, and performances. The bill presented to this Council today is to amend the Inland Revenue Ordinance so as to implement the expansion of the scope of tax deduction. The 3 new types of IPRs are covered and protected by respective laws in Hong Kong. These ordinances include layout, design, topography of integrated circuits ordinance, the prime varieties protection ordinance, and the copyright ordinance. The relevant tax deduction arrangement will be in line with the current arrangement, and that is to say, whether the relevant types of IPRs is subsisting or protected under the laws of Hong Kong or laws of other places, they cannot be covered by the tax deduction arrangement. Moreover, in accordance with the existing Inland Revenue Ordinance, the taxpayer must fulfill certain conditions before the capital expenditure in the purchase of IPRs are tax deductible. For example, the relevant taxpayer must have acquired the proprietary interest of the relevant IPR, or the IPR is used in the production of chargeable profits, etc. The same conditions will apply to the new 3 types of IPRs in relation to tax deduction. After this bill is passed by this Council, the relevant tax deduction arrangement will cover the major types of IPRs. The 3 new types of IPRs would have the new arrangement apply to them starting from the tax assessment periods ended after the 1st of April 2018. President, the relevant deduction can encourage enterprises to develop the commercial activities in relation to IPR and to further promote Hong Kong as a regional trading center in IPR. And through the commercialization of IPRs, it will also help us promote the diversification of the creative industry. Earlier on, we briefed the panel on commerce industry, and we have the panel support for the legislative amendments. I urge members to pass the bill as quickly as we can so that we can implement the recommendations. So I submit, Madam President, I now propose the question to you that the Inland Revenue Amendment Number 2, Bill 2018 be read the second time. In accordance with rules of procedure, the second reading debate is adjourned and the bill is referred to the House Committee.
This Council resumes the second reading debate on the Statute Law Miscellaneous Provisions